It's a 4 reverse. Maybe a strum, I guess.
Huh?
Maybe just a strum would be fine.
Yeah, it's like. Yes, it goes from a D, where it end up on G. Or we could go from G, exact same thing, and end up on C.
The 3 and the 2 are minor, going back to the root.
It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or you're doing it from the 1 to the 4. It's like 1, flat 7, technically, you know, and then a minor chord, and back up lick.
Ready.
Here's without the accent. With the accent. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Ready.
Okay, we were looking at this lick, this simple backup lick over C, and it's just a 4 quarter note lick, and it's interesting because that can take you easily to a G chord or to a D chord. That would be going to a G. If you're going to a D, you can easily go down to a D lick, whatever you want to play down there. And now that we know that lick here, those notes, you can find those same notes up the neck, and even though we might not play them in the same position, they serve the same function. And the way that we're going to find those here are here. Same notes. And they're found very easily out of this C position. And all we got to do is move our ring finger. So to work it like into a forward roll, say you had 2 measures of C, you were going to go to D, you can do like a little forward roll here. So you do 3 forward rolls, and on your last note of your 3rd forward roll, that's the first note of this little lick. So 1 forward roll, another forward roll, 1 more, and then that starts it. So easily take that to up 2 frets to a D. Same lick. Then you take that same shape up to G. Come back down. So if I did that kind of up to speed, if I had two measures of 4, 2 measures of 5, come back to 2 measures of 1.
And just I also do this. I go from maybe if I'm going from a 1 to 4, I might play my position 1. Oh, I love those. And then I'll move to my 7th chord out of my 2nd position. You know, oh, I love those. Yeah. And you're keeping like the same you're keeping all your fingers down, but then you just have to make more space in between these two fingers when you move up. I love those hills. Right? It kind of looks, that 7th chord kind of looks like position 1, except that there's an extra fret. Oh, I love those hills of old Virginia, where those Blue Ridge hills I oh, when I die, would you bury me on a mountain far away from the chord up there. But it sounds kind of bluesy to make that a 4 chord a 7 chord a lot of times. Like, it sounds good. It doesn't have to be in the chart for you to add a 7th to it, you know. You can just do it when you think it sounds good, you know.
Can we say that again? The 1, 4, and 2.
Or you can hang out a little longer on one shape. We could go. You know, you could. I'm thinking whenever I'm doing that, I'm thinking, where's my next shape that I can do part of it and do a kind of a roll over it. Slide up, and then slide into that. How is it to keep going? That's that position 2, position 1, position 2. Okay.
Okay, so we were going from a...
We're just gonna, I'll just do like making a 7th chord out of these positions.
Okay.
Making a 7th chord out of positions. This is position 1 to make it a 7th chord, bar. Position 2. Position 3 would be a bar chord. Or. Okay.
Can I get a little close to...
I do it again?
Yes,
Bar. What is that out of? Here's the second measure. What is that? It looks like a bar chord, but it's not. It's part of this G7. Right, it's the first 2 strings of that G7 chord out of the first position. It's taking my ear to want to go to 4 chord, which is a C. Here's my C bar chord. So what I've kind of done is that I've memorized in my head when I'm at a G or when I'm in a bar position. If I want to go to a 7 really quick and I'm doing that roll, I skip. I go 3 frets up. Like, I just know that in my head. I can be in D. I know that I'm going from a D to a D7 to a G because I kind of learned that sequence that, you know, you kind of memorize what you're doing and then you just apply it to other things. So I can go from a G, G7 to a C. And if I wanted to go C7, I would move up 3. Just like I moved from a G to a G7, I went up 3. I could go from a C to a C7.
Can we go through that one more
Yes,
time?
of course.
A little slower,
Yes.
naming the chords as you go.
Yes. And all I'm doing is like, I'm playing something that you might have heard before, like in a solo or backup. You might have heard it slow. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm playing the first line, remember 1144. The first measure, I'm out of this bar position. You just try a forward roll on it. Starting on the 2nd string, try a forward roll. Okay, 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, now move up 3 frets, do the same thing. All right, and you don't have to keep you can just use these 2 fingers. Okay, we're starting at the 12th fret. We're moving up to the 15th. Okay, we're just on the 1st and 2nd strings. And now to go to our C chord, we're going to go up 2 frets, and that's going to be our C bar. And then you could go up 3 frets again and make that a C7. It's a good way to think about like backup up high. You know, you can just kind of like, where's my bar chord? All right, I'm going to use those first 2 strings of that bar chord and play a roll on it. I'm just going to play a roll on those first 2 strings of a bar chord. You can do a forward roll. And then whenever I start that next roll, I use my thumb, like that next forward roll. C7 chord, like we learned, and then I'm just taking the first and second strings of that, kind of repositioning.
What does it look like from the nut?
So, if you're in this shape, if you're in this position 2 shape, and I said it takes the 3rd scale tone, you got to move it down half a step. There's 2 3rd scale tones. These are octaves. They're the same note, 1st and 4th strings. If you want to do like a vamp on that, you can just move both of them down. It's kind of it's not a hard chord to do. It's not a hard chord to do. It's kind of like playing a G chord on the guitar. G minor. So a lot of times I'll vamp an E minor. E minor, E minor.
It's like drinking out of a fire hose.
Okay, so we're going
we're gonna
from
make
A.
chords minor. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. From our position 1 to make it a minor. We're moving this 3rd note, this 3rd scale tone down half that. And if we're in our position 2 to make a G major, a G minor, we're gonna move the 1st string down a half step. And if you want to move this 4th string with it, you're gonna have to. That's the full G minor chord. All right, so going from a 1 to a 6 minor, G to a E minor, very common progression. G, E minor, G, E minor. Out of position 2, G, E minor, G, E minor. We didn't talk about how to make a bar chord a minor chord. Here's a G bar chord. The 3rd scale tone is found on this middle 2nd string. That's how to make it minor. Okay, I think that's it.
So if we were to apply that to something like Big Spike, say Big Up Spike Hammer, maybe.
Yeah. Ba-dum bum, ba-dum bum, ba-dum 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 bum. It goes to 6 minor. And then it goes to C. Ba-dum, 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 6 minor. Or you could go bum bum, ba-da-bum, ba-dum bum, bum bum, E minor. C. Down to E minor. D. Big spike hammer. Big spike hammer. Big spike hammer. All these are E minors.
How about if we wanted to roll with it? Can we do one more?
Yeah, it's cool. I've memorized this. You need to you can memorize this. That started over. Those are 12 frets apart. So all those look like just little chords, three finger little chords, but they're from either the 1 position or the 2 position or the bar chord. They come from that. When I play this, that's coming from this. That's coming from this E chord and making it minor. And when I whenever I go here, that's coming from this E major and making it a minor. And whenever I go for an E minor chord, that's taking this E out of the position 1 and making it a minor. And not using my 4th string all the time. And then it just repeats. There's only 3 different shapes. Just like position 1, 2, and 3 for major chords, there's a minor chords, there's only 3. They come out of the major chords. You make them minor from the major chords, or you make a chord a 7th chord out of one of those positions.
Could you show me how you would roll over big spike hammer with those?
Oh, the whole thing?
Just the.
Sometimes I don't make that the bend yet. I just go. So 5th fret, 8th fret, 8th fret of the 2nd string. And I'll do a there was that lick.
Can you show us how that walk up will work in Foggy Mountain Breakdown?
Yeah.
You did?
It's like at the beginning of a solo. I'll go.
Extreme close up.